Welcome, everybody. Technology check. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? All right. Now, before we get started, I'm going to give it about 60 seconds to let some more people get in. Comment first time if this is your first time in the chat. And also tell me where this is your first time tuned in. And also tell me where you guys are from. So I'm from Philly. I live in Atlanta now. I used to live in New York. And comment first time because we had a lot of people registered for this class. All right, I'm seeing that. Okay, first time. We got Charletta's first time, Tanisha's first time, Deborah from California, Leslie, Tamara. I love it. Donna Irving. I want to shout out Donna Irving because listen, she is ready for this class. She is ready. So if you guys are tuned in, we are here to talk about how we can build passive strictly through the stock market. And I'm so glad that you guys are here. So a couple of housekeeping because we got thousands of people registered for this class, but shout out to Sierra, shout out to Shane, and shout out to Kim, Gerald, Maria, Diane for showing up. This class, if you are here to get rich quick, I'm not the girl you want to learn from. I'm not about to show you how to make millions of dollars. If you have at least $20, you will be able to implement everything we talk about during this class. I am not a trader. I am a wealth builder. My job is to show you how to take what you have, where you are, and build income over time so that you are in a position to retire, so that you are in a position to replace your current income. This class is also going to last about 90 minutes, Benita. 90 minutes. So comment locked in if you want to be. Yes, listen, they're not getting rich quick in this class. I'm seeing in the comments. It's a lot of people tuned in. I'm going to do my best to answer as many questions as I can. But comment your questions in the chat. And I want you guys to lock in. Now, here's the one thing I need you to know. I know there's a lot of first-time people that have never been to this class. Get your notebook and pen. Get into a quiet, calm space. We are going to lock in Ronald. We're going to lock in MJ. But you need a notebook. I promise you will be able to walk away with a ton of information by the end of this class. Actionable steps so you can act on everything immediately. I also want you to know this too. I'm not about to trade on anybody's behalf. I don't do trading pools. You're not about to send me money and I'm going to invest. My job is to teach you how to fish. Now, while we are locked in, this is a topic that a lot of people aren't talking about. Building passive income with dividends. We're talking about REITs and dividend stocks during this class. I need you guys right now to invite 2 people to this class. 2 people to this class and comment, share once you've done it. Comment, share once you've done it. Share this class with your family. Share this class with your colleagues. Share this class with an accountability partner. Share this class with somebody you know also wants to retire. Share this class with your friends who you know need to get their life together. Comment the word share so that I know. Shout out to Maya. Shout out to Naomi. Shout out to Yanni. Shout out to Ayor. Who else we got in here? Shout out to Benzie. I love it. Now, important disclaimer. I am not your financial advisor. This class is for educational purposes only. So we're going to cover a lot of different examples. I'm not saying that you need to go buy everything we're talking about in this session. My job is to teach you how to fish. Okay, so consult your personal financial advisor, consult your tax strategist to be able to effectively implement everything we are going to talk about during this session. All right, now who are you? Tell me who you guys are. How many of you are currently working? How many of you want to make some extra income? Comment me in the chat if anything on this screen applies to you. How many of you want to retire? Comment retire if you want to retire. Listen, how many of you are parents want to build generational wealth? Entrepreneurs, how many of you are ready to quit your job? If you are tuned into this class, you want to invest in real estate and or want to create passive income. Shout out to everybody that shared this class with two people. All right, now. I need everybody to understand. I don't care who you were before you got to this class. I don't care what you look like. I don't care your credit score. I don't care how much money you do or do not have. Who you are today has gotten you this far, Tanika. Who you plan to be tomorrow has got to be somebody different. The fact that there are over 2,000 people registered for this class, we had a lot of people tuned in. A lot of people registered. But the fact that Lisa Collins came, that Joan Phillips came, I need you to understand that you are a wealth builder. I need you to understand that you invest in yourself. You made the decision because I don't care how much money you do or do not have. We're about to have a new president in office. And it's about time you know how to make money as a result of that. So I need everybody to comment in the chat. I am a wealth builder. Because a lot of you feel like you're behind. A lot of you feel like you need a lot of money. A lot of you have been beating yourself up because you're not where you want to be. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is the last quarter of this year. You don't need a new year to change your life financially. So everybody comment, I am a wealth builder in the chat. Now, how many of you have been wondering, Ashley, who are you? Who are you? Can I really invest in real estate with less than two? How many of you saw me on social media? Can I really invest in real estate with less than $200? Ashley, what's the catch? How much does this cost? What companies are really about to give me passive income? Ashley, I'm busy, right? Will I have time to do this? How much money should I start investing with? What kind of return am I going to get? Are you real, Ashley? Is this class real, Ashley? Is this even live, Ashley? How does this work? Where do I start? How many of you said those thoughts to yourself? Said it out loud. Some of you have been sending me emails. Well, Ashley, what's the catch? I never heard of anything like this. That's exactly why you tuned into this class. Now, here's why this class is important for you. A lot of you, and I'm already seeing some of you write it in the chat. A lot of you feel like you're behind and you feel like you should be making more money. You know you deserve to make more, but you're not sure what steps to take to get there. A lot of you thought about getting into real estate, but you don't have the credit. You don't have the cash flow. You don't have the time to invest in real estate. So you're stuck trying to figure out what's next. A lot of you want to retire, but you don't even know if you have enough money set aside. You don't know who to go to for help. So you're stuck trying to figure out what do I do next? Many people don't have a lot of money to own real estate, but they want to create the life that they want. And they know, all of you know, that at some point in your life, you have to put real estate in your portfolio. You've got to put stocks in your portfolio. Some of you are only working and spending money. That's it. You're working at your job, working in your businesses, and spending money. And that is only going to get you so far. But what do you buy? Where do you start? Now, how many of you comment me in the chat if this applies to you? How many of you been taking a bunch of classes? You've been paying for everybody's program. You've been following all these people on the internet. You've been doing your own research trying to figure it out, but it's complicated. You still don't know who to trust. You don't know what to do, but you know you want passive income. Now, I want you, Anthony, John, Antoinette, Jacqueline, I want you to take a second and imagine that you can actually make money off of real estate investments you learned how to make today. Imagine if you were able to collect passive income every time you invested in a commercial property but didn't have to do any work. Matter of fact, imagine if you could invest in $1 billion business, collect passive income, but never have to work for that company. Imagine, Joan, that you could live off your real estate investments, your stocks too, collect income, and sit back and relax. Imagine, Shantae, that your family was able to live the life of their dreams because you took the first step. You decided, Jacqueline, to build your family's financial legacy. Now, I want you to imagine all of that, right? Imagine all of that, Rufina and Sean. Without having to borrow, you could do all of that without having to borrow money from the bank, without having to hire a real estate agent, without having to start with a bunch of freaking money, without having to get a real estate license, without having to read any boring books. But most importantly, Michelle, Nicole, Zandra, Palmer, Eugenia, what if you could do all of that right after this class? Does it sound too good to be true? Comment too good to be true if it sounds a little bit too good to be true. I hear you, Ashley, but can we really do this, Ashley, right? Now, here's how this class is going to go. Is it all right with you if I'm upfront? If I'm upfront and honest on how this process is about to go? Comment honest in the chat if you want me to be honest, because Tashina's saying it sounds good. It sounds good. Javen is saying it sounds a little too good. Is it all right if I'm honest? Tell me, is it? I want to make sure because you're gonna learn a lot about me today. I want to be upfront. I want to be honest. Here's how this entire class is about to go. We're going to cover a topic that not a lot of people aren't talking about. We're going to talk about REITs, and we're going to talk about dividend stocks. Let me give you this disclaimer in advance. The topics we're about to talk about, they're pretty boring. That's why you don't really know about them. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm also going to let you know who I am, my credentials, and what I get out of all of this. Because I know you're asking, what do you get out of this, Ashley? I'm going to also introduce you to students that I've taught. to give you an outlook from someone other than myself. So throughout the presentation, I'm going to show you different individuals, right? Get video, everything so you know, hey, Ashley, I'm the expert. I've been doing this for 16 years. But also people just like you, Chanel, just like you, Jamil, just like you, Cheryl. By the end of this class, as long as you stay until the end, you will know how to invest in REITs and dividend stocks. You will know how you can start with less than $200, and you will know how you can build passive income. I promise you that. After we go through everything, there are thousands of people in this class. You're going to have a bunch of questions. I run an entire company called Amplify. Google it. There are programs. We have apps. We have events. We have a lot of stuff that you can utilize after this class. But my number one priority for you, Ashley, my number one priority for you, John, is to put you in a position to know how to invest in REITs and dividend stocks, to know how to start with less than $200, and to help you build passive income. After we go through all that and you say, Ashley, I like this, I want to do this, or Ashley, I don't, walk you through all the programs, all the events, everything that we have as a company. But my job today is to make sure you walk out of this class and know exactly how to get done with everything that I just outlined on this screen. Are we crystal clear how this class is going to go? Comment clear in the chat. I don't want you to listen. I want to be crystal clear, because once I'm started, but I want to make sure you are clear. Now, is it all right if I take 5 minutes to tell you my story? We have thousands of people in this class. In this class, I want to make sure you know who you're talking to. I want to make sure. All right. Okay. All right. Now, my name is Ashley Marie Fox. Okay. Ashley M. Fox. I am the CEO and founder of a company called Amplify. We are a fintech startup that is revolutionizing how adults and children learn how to build wealth. We are the Harvard of finance. Now, it is a word I made up. It's the merging of the word empower and modify put together. We also have an entire app called the Wealth Builders Community, which is like the Netflix of finance, where thousands of people in 24 different countries, so no matter where you are in the world, ladies and gentlemen, you can do everything we're going to talk about during this session. Okay? The woman you are talking to today, I've created financial programs, guides, resources that have helped millions of people all over the world. I am a former Wall Street analyst. My job was to work with individuals that had at least $25 million or more. I've also been a financial advisor, where I worked with low to moderate income individuals and helped them invest over $2 million together. Literally, I'm talking about Deborah, everyday people. Single mothers making $30,000, $40,000 a year. I've worked with celebrities, right? I've been in this industry for over 15 years. I have gone into prison systems, Lee, teaching this exact same topic. I have gone on the news teaching 10-year-olds how to buy stock. I have been in the homes of billionaires. I have been in the bank accounts of billionaires. I am the creator of generational wealth, meaning God forbid something happens to me, my family has millions that'll never run out. I am also the recipient of generational wealth. So everything that I teach you, I didn't read in a book. I don't even like finance books, if I'm being honest. It's everything that I've learned in my career and that I've done for myself and my family. Everything I'm teaching you during this session is exactly what I do, what my family does, and what the millions of people I have taught all over the world. Now, I wasn't always that cool. I went to the best HBCU in the world, ladies and gentlemen, Howard University. I am an Alpha Kappa Alpha woman. I started my career on Wall Street. So when I went to Howard, I wanted to make a lot of money and wear nice clothes. Literally, that's what I wanted to do. Literally. And I majored in finance, and I had 4 internships, 3 of them at Wall Street investment banks. I landed my dream job working for one of the biggest banks in the world in asset management. My job was to keep rich people rich. If you had at least $25 million, it was our job to show you how to grow your wealth, protect your wealth, and preserve your wealth. Now, after a while, I realized for something we use every day in our life, why is it not taught in our school system? You shouldn't have to major in finance, work on Wall Street to get exposed to the information I got exposed to. In my early 20s, I was making six figures. So I had the money. I was traveling the world. But when the billionaires and millionaires you're working with, their annual fee in one of the hundreds of mutual funds is your annual salary, I realized I was shooting at the wrong basket. I realized that I deserve to be the client. Everybody comment in the chat, I deserve to be the client. You shouldn't have to major in finance, work on Wall Street to get exposed to what I got exposed to. And I realized that I wanted to create something that financially empowered the 99%. I was tired of keeping rich people rich. And I said, well, what about the people who don't know this information? So guess what I did? July 12, 2013, I left Wall Street with the intent to financially empower the 99% that Wall Street often overlooks. So when you ask me why I chose finance, I wanted to make money, ladies and gentlemen. But why I chose Amplify is because you shouldn't have to have money to know how to grow your wealth. So, have you ever been to a point in your life where you felt like you look good on paper, right? I went to a good school, I had good grades, I had a good job, great career, but I wasn't happy. Have you ever been at a point where you felt stuck, where you know that there's something bigger out there, you just don't know what it is, but this ain't it, right? That's how I felt. So when I left Wall Street, here's what I realized. I left Wall Street and I had one of the best careers, but I wasn't the best with my money. Some of you right now have good jobs, make good money, but you are not good with your money. You're so busy giving it to everybody, taking care of everybody, and you're getting mad at yourself when you're not even putting yourself first. I left my Wall Street job to become an entrepreneur. And nobody told me that when you start a business, money doesn't come every 2 weeks. So I'm traveling, shopping like I work on Wall Street. The money stopped coming. I had $30,000 when I left my Wall Street job. In a matter of months, it went to $0. I got kicked out my apartment, maxed out credit cards, negative bank account, and I had to move back to Philly to sleep on my parents' couch. But what I could not see, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't unsee the wealth that I saw on Wall Street. You couldn't tell me I couldn't be a billionaire. I was in their bank accounts every day. I saw where they shop, where they live, where they travel. I saw everything. But here's what I realized about myself. I had a good job, but I wasn't good with money. I didn't have passive income. When I lost everything, what most people don't know is the reason that I'm in front of you today is because I had investments. My investments were the reason I'm able to start my company, Amplify. And this was 2013. I had to sell all my investments until there was nothing left. But here's what else I realized, Tawana and Latoya. Investments can help you start your journey to financial freedom. Some of you right now feel like you are at rock bottom, but the only direction you can go now is forward. When we go through everything in this class, you're going to learn a lot. You're probably going to get excited because you're going to realize it's not as hard as you think it is. Do not take all of your money and put it in REITs. Do not think REITs are about to save your life, because they're not. Investments help you start your journey to financial freedom. But here's what else I realized. I also realized that we all deserve to be the wealthy client. Comment "I deserve" in the chat. We all deserve to be that wealthy client. But here's what else I learned. Spending money and looking good had nothing to do with creating passive income. I was making six figures. I had the clothes. I was traveling the world, but I had no passive income. What good is it if you are working hard, making money, but you aren't putting your money to work? You give it away to everyone and they get so rich off of you. Then you get mad at the rich for being rich, not realizing you're the reason that they're rich because you give your money to their companies. Now, because I like nice things, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm also an investor. I also make money and run my business. You can work and invest. You can have a job, invest, and pay down debt. So fast forward to 2024, I moved out of my parents' house. I now live in Atlanta. These are pictures of me traveling to Australia, Paris, Peru. Not too long ago, I booked a one-way ticket to Paris using my stocks, Crystal. Using my stocks, Pamela. So I need you guys to take a second right now and tell me, where do you want to travel? Let's assume you're investing. You got companies paying you income, and you're now taking some of that money to travel the world. Where do you want to go, Aileen? Where do you want to go, Yamali? Where do you want to go, Danette? Where do you want to go, Victor, D, Danielle, John, Crystal? Comment in the chat. I'm seeing Dubai. I'm seeing Greece. I'm seeing Crystal says Greece. Victor says Paris is my favorite place in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Atiba says South Africa. Maureen says Australia. It's about time you start thinking it's time for the billionaires to fund your lifestyle versus the other way around. I'm a former writer for Forbes, Black Enterprise, Essence Magazine. I'm an international speaker. This is me speaking in Bermuda. All my international people teaching this exact same topic. Talking about dividends, talking about REITs in Bermuda, ladies and gentlemen. Now, literally just the other day, my company Amplify was featured on the Inc. 5000 list. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but they do a lot of due diligence to find the fastest growing companies in the nation. So if you think you're going to do research on me, imagine what Inc. magazine had to do to put us in the top 15% of the fastest growing companies in the nation. Go look this up. Amplify, Inc. 5000 list, ranked number 652 on the Inc. 5000 list. We are number 49 in the financial services industry. Number 25 of the fastest growing companies in Atlanta. So when I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not somebody you just found on the internet. I run an entire company called Amplify that I've dedicated and lost everything to. So when you want to know what I get out of this, there is no plan B for Ashley Marie Fox. It has to work or it has to work, and it has been working. So I want you to go, now again, go look up everything I talk about. Go look up Inc. Go look up Amplify. Go look us up. Go look us up. And I'm also going to be featured in Inc. magazine next month. So make sure you go get a copy because you're going to see me in there. So this is us. We're featured in Market Watch. I just recently was on Bloomberg TV. I was on Yahoo Finance literally last week talking about REITs on TV, ladies and gentlemen. Now, remember I told you that there's a lot of people that we help invest. Individuals just like you, Faith, just like you, Fallon, just like you now. Collectively, the people we have impacted invested over $6.1 million in less than 2 years, talking about and learning about the same thing we're talking about today. So when I tell you that I've taught this class to over 100,000 people, I can do this with my eyes closed, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I left Wall Street, not for the money, but because you're not going to find another Black woman like Ashley Marie Fox in a company like Amplify with a team like Amplify's team that is going to financially change your life and help you realize you don't need to be in the 1% to get money like the 1%. These are some of the people, some of our members. There's a woman on this screen that is 73 years old. So all of you who feel like you're behind, if this woman is 73, every woman on this screen, we have mothers on this screen. We have international people on this screen. We have people over there and over 50, 60, 70 years old. So if you feel like you are behind, if the woman on this screen is in her 70s getting paid from REITs, I need you to know that you can too. You are not behind. I want all of you to envision you are going to last and be on this earth for another 30, 40, 50 years, meaning your day one starts today, Yvonne. Now, Amplify also teaches kids. These are my students. We took them to Wall Street, my students from Philly and my students from the Bronx. We partner with a lot of companies. So from Chase to Amazon, Accenture, Vanguard, we partner with a lot of companies and organizations, teaching and bringing financial education to the people who need to understand it. So the woman you're talking to today, I've made over $1 million running my dream company. We are also one of the fastest growing companies in the nation. But we've also helped over 2 million people across the world with our financial education, our classes, our programs. Our investment programs have literally helped beginner investors invest over 6.1 million. I literally told Inc. magazine by next year, we're hitting 20 million. Collectively, all of us are going to take our money individually and invest for ourselves alongside one another. We're going to invest over $20 million. You heard it here first. So look me up. I've been in Afrotech, Inc. magazine. I'll be in the magazine next month. ABC, Yahoo Finance, Fox News. Listen, go look up Ashley M. Fox. Go look up Amplify. I don't have time to tell you why I have a phenomenal reputation doing what I do. I'm not here to justify why I'm here. Do your research. Look us up. I'm more concerned with making sure you get the information and implement the information. Are we clear? Comment clear in the chat. Comment clear in the chat. So the woman on the left, she's making $5,500 a month working on Wall Street. This is me in one of the biggest banks of the world. The woman on the right has made over $1 million in a month. Same woman, different mindset. But I put this on the screen because I'm going to tell you one thing, Nez and Jasmine. The amount of money you make right now, the balance in your bank account is a reflection of your thought process. Because when you grow, your bank account grows. But if you keep thinking you're going to keep doing the same thing, going to get another job, thinking your life is going, nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change. It is important for you to understand who you're listening to, who's teaching you, and also letting you know that you can get this done. But I'm going to tell you right now, you keep thinking you're too old, you keep thinking you're behind, guess what you're going to be behind? You keep thinking you need a lot of money and you can't do this, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to do this. You have to unlearn and relearn what it is you need to do and become. Now, here's what I learned over 15 years of being in this industry. You can't work your way to financial freedom. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care how many jobs you get, how many savings accounts you save. You can't work your way to financial freedom. You also can't save your way to wealth. I also learned that spending money without growing your money guarantees you're always going to decrease your net worth. You can make money, ladies and gentlemen, but you can keep spending it, trying to still feel like you're want to get ahead in life. And I don't care if you have a job, because I'm going to tell you one thing. You don't have to have a business, because every day I contemplate why. You got to be a crazy person to want to build a business, especially a big one. But I'm in it now. I can't get out. But it is all right if you have a job. But it is not all right if you have a job and somebody's paying you and they're your investor, but you're not taking advantage of the money that they're giving you because you're so busy giving it to everybody else. You're so quick to pay your rent, so quick to pay your cell phone bill, so quick to shop on Amazon, but you won't invest in yourself. I also need you to understand that your money needs to work for you if you plan on being financially independent. If you keep giving away your money and spending it, you will always feel like you don't have enough. So let me tell you about my dividend story, because I didn't know what you can make passive income in the stock market. I didn't learn how to buy a stock until I saw wealthy people doing it. They bought stocks, so guess what? Ashley Fox bought stocks too. I first learned about REITs and dividend stocks back in 2011. But I didn't learn it from my rich clients. I learned it from their kids, right? I watched our wealthy clients, their children, the trust fund babies, they would be getting like $60,000, $70,000 a year. And I'm like, how are these kids getting passive income? Like, the portfolio was barely moving, but they're getting all this income. And that's when I learned what a dividend was. That's when I learned that you can invest one time and get paid for the rest of your life. But then I took it a step further because I wanted to get into real estate. I lived in New York. I was not buying a property in Manhattan. And I was like, I want to own real estate, right? But I had $80,000 of debt. I was in student loan debt. I had credit card debt. I didn't know what to do. But that's when I learned about REITs. And that's when I realized that there was a way that I could start small, but build big over time. So my goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to get $10,000 a month in dividends. That's it. Oh, everybody in the chat, comment only $10,000. Comment only want $10,000. That is it. That's it. I only want $10,000. Everybody in the chat right now, what's your number? Right now, if you can have an extra amount of this coming in every month, what's your number? Because my number is I only want $10,000, and I'm on my way there. I make a bunch of money in multiple places, but I'm going to make money with my investments in the stock market. I'm going to, right? Now, how many of you are parents? So I'm not a parent. I am a TT. And I have a 7-year-old niece named Journey. The moment she was born, I got her social security number and I started investing for her. I started with $35. This girl right here, I promise you, she's going to have $1 million by the time she's 18. And I only want her to have $3,000 a month by the time she's 16. So everything we talk about today, you can implement for your children. And again, this is my niece. So parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, godparents, yes, you can buy REITs for your kids. Yes, you can buy stocks that pay out income for your children. This class is not just for you, but for the people that you love as well. But sometimes it takes you to be the person to change your family's financial legacy. Now, let's talk money. How many of you ever heard of these companies? Comment me in the chat. How many of you have ever heard of Pepsi, AT&T, McDonald's, Exxon? Let's take it a step further. How many of you ever given these companies your money? I just want you to know Pepsi and Coca-Cola practically own everything in your fridge. I'm drinking a Life water right now. Pepsi owns Life water. I just want you to know that. How many of you have given your money to McDonald's, to Exxon, to Pepsi, or AT&T? I'm seeing LaMie, I'm seeing Tiffany, I'm seeing Marvin, I'm seeing Tamara. Now, do you know that these companies every 90 days pay out millions of dollars in dividends? Dividends is just extra money. Do you know that when you gave your money to these companies, every 90 days, they give out a portion of what you gave them to all their investors? I'm saying all the time. These companies pay dividends. Did you know that? How many of you ever heard of Target? Shop at Target, love Target, giving Target your money? Comment guilty in the chat if you have fallen victim to Target. You've been in Target and you spent more than what you intended to. Target in 2008 was $39. 2021, it was $260. $260. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Target is $152. How many of you have spent more than $152 at Target, but you still haven't owned stock in Target? Let me tell you something. Somebody said I went to Target today. At least you are honest. Let me tell you something about Target, ladies and gentlemen. Target has been paying out dividends, extra money, every 90 days for over 50 years. Comment 50 in the chat. So I need it to be embedded in your mind. Target has been paying dividends, extra money, every 90 days to all the people who own stock in that company for 50 years. This is what we call a dividend king, ladies and gentlemen. They've never missed a payment. And guess what Target does too? They give their investors a little raise every single year, meaning they give you extra money and they pay you every 90 days. I haven't even been alive for 50 years. Target has been paying out dividends longer than I've been alive. And we talk about going to Target. Do we talk about owning Target? Let's talk about these companies on the screen. How many of you have ever, well, we already talked about Target. How many of you have ever given your money to Amazon, Dollar General, been to Six Flags? Comment me in the chat if you've been to Dollar General, giving your money to Amazon, Dollar General, and or Six Flags. Comment me in the chat. I'm seeing Rochelle saying me, Kimberly saying me, Marie saying me, Sharon. Do you know that every time you or someone else has given money or stepped foot on any one of their properties, they pay rent to a REIT? So the money they make from you, they pay rent to a building, to real estate, to land, to make sure that they can give you the products and services they offer. You ever wondered, where are your packages stored before you shop on Amazon? They're stored in a warehouse. Do you know that Amazon does not own all their warehouses, ladies and gentlemen? A lot of their warehouses are owned by REITs. Patricia, you must have read my mind, Patricia, or you just came to this class. Let's talk about Simon. How many of you live in a city, been to a mall? Simon Properties is the largest mall operator in America. Patricia, you been to this class, Patricia? Simon owns Lenox and Phipps in Atlanta. They own the gym I go to in Atlanta. They own Noble Hotel. They own the Galleria in Houston. They own Caesar's Forum Shops in Las Vegas. Simon is a REIT. Now, let me tell you this. The reason I put this on the screen, because I'm gonna tell you how the internet never phases me, because I know 90% of the people on the internet have no idea what I'm talking about. In 2020, Simon Property tanked Think about why they tanked. Simon Property tanked. What was happening in March of 2020, ladies and gentlemen? Outside was closed, right? Nobody was going outside. Nobody was going to malls, right? The market was so confused, so they didn't know what to do because of the pandemic. Simon Property Group tanked. It was $50 a share. And I'm over here on the internet talking about REITs. If you've been following me for a long time, I've been talking about REITs for a very long time. I have never changed my story since the day I left Wall Street. Simon Property tanked to $50. Here's how I think. Simon Property is the #1 mall operator in America. Just because we're not outside doesn't mean malls are about to disappear. Doesn't mean you're not about to go shopping. Then Simon partnered with Amazon. Simon started to build gyms. Simon started to have hotels. So I like what Simon is doing. You can't take away the real estate, ladies and gentlemen. Simon right now is $169. We're talking about a 300+% return in less than 4 years. I doubled my money with Simon literally like a year and a half after that. Literally. Because I knew outside was going to open. I'm going to tell you right now, all REITs have been down. Real estate is down. Interest rates are high. Guess what Simon's doing? Raising their dividend, giving us more cash flow. If you have ever stepped foot in a mall, you are the reason Simon owns all the properties that they own. Go look this up right now. Go look it up. So now we're about to get started right now. We got over 3,000 people tuned into this class. I need you guys to take a second. Those of you who just tuned in, take a minute and share this class with 2 people right now and comment the word share. Get your notebooks out because now we're knocking out the steps you need to know. Share this class with 2 people. 2 people who you know want to learn how to invest. 2 people you know need to build passive income. 2 people you know need to get their life together. 2 people you know that are your friends that you love that want to retire. Share this class with 2 people. There's a reason there's over 3,000 people in this class because there's 3,000 people that want to learn this. Do not keep this information to yourself. Do not. Now, I'm going to run this back because we got a lot of people in here. Do we all know who Ashley M. Fox is? Do we all? Mia is saying, what are REITs? I had to let you know who I was, Mia, first. You need to know who's teaching you. This is your money and your life we're talking about right now. You need to know who Ashley Marie Fox is. I don't look like your normal finance girl, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you found me on the internet. We're going to talk about REITs and dividend stocks. I'll walk you through who Ashley is. So you listen, you don't know, Google Amplify, Google Ashley M. Fox on the internet, right? We're going to walk through. By the end of this class, you're going to know how to invest in REITs and dividend stocks. You're going to know how you can start with less than $200. You are going to know how you can build passive income. Okay, Elizabeth? Okay, Pamela? Okay, Milton? By the end of this class, I promise you. Now, if you don't stay to the end of this class, you will not know all this information. Comment, I'm staying, if you're staying to the end of the class. After we go through those core things and I give you exactly what I promised, I will tell you all about Amplify. We got a lot of programs, events. We got a bunch of stuff that will help you further. But right now, you're with me today in this session, and it's time to lock in. Are we ready? Comment, let's go in the chat. Are we ready? I want to make sure we're clear. We all know why we're here. We all know the flow of the presentation. Are we good? I'm seeing Dorothy. I'm seeing V say I'm staying. Latasha says I'm staying. D says I'm staying. All right, let's do this. Let's go. Number 1, in order to do this in the easiest way, and when I say easy, meaning you can put in $20. You can sell it whenever you want, meaning whatever you choose to buy, if you want to sell it tomorrow, you can. Your money's not locked in. And in order to do that with no penalties and no issues, you need a brokerage account. Comment brokerage in the chat. Brokerage in the chat. A brokerage account is the account you use to invest. It connects the buyer of an investment to the seller of an investment. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. In order to open a brokerage account, you just go to the company's website. You don't go to the bank. You don't need a real estate agent. It is a simple account. Takes 5 minutes to open a brokerage account. Now, how much money is required to open a brokerage account? Nothing. You don't need a credit score. You don't need anything. If you have at least $20, you can start with $20, but you don't need any money to open a brokerage account. You don't need a credit score, okay? Now, here are the top accounts that a lot of our students use, individuals that have taken our boot camps, individuals that have come to our cash flow creation summit, our all our dividend programs. These are the accounts that they use, the companies. Take a picture of this slide. E-Trade, Charles Schwab, which used to be TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, and Vanguard. Now, if you have an account that is not on this screen, it doesn't mean the company you have is bad. It just means it didn't make the cut. It just means that if you continue learning through Amplify, with Amplify, coming to all these classes, you are going to find that a lot of the newer apps don't have the features that you effectively need to grow your wealth the way we teach you. It's not that it's bad, but here's the thing. These are the companies that have been around since I was on Wall Street. I started on Wall Street in 2008 or 7. I don't remember how old I was. Those new apps that exist, they weren't around back then. I'm teaching you from what I learned on Wall Street. I'm teaching you about the old season, been around for 30, 40, 50 years. These companies don't break. New apps are new, great to use. You'll never see me bash a person, a product, or a company, ever. Everything's not for everybody. But I like the old school, been around the block for a long time kind of companies. These are the Magic Johnsons of brokerage accounts, not the new players that's coming. To open an account, you need your social security number and your birthday, your bank account number and routing number. That's how you can transfer the money back and forth. Your address, you don't need any money to open it. Please, please, please make sure you put your beneficiary's information on there. Shirley, we're not going to be building all this wealth to give it to the government. God forbid something happens to you, these dividends need to be given to your family, okay? Now, if you are not from America, these are the top accounts. My recommendation is going with Interactive Brokers first, okay? The Gyro is also a good account as well. But I don't care if you live in Australia, anywhere in the Caribbean, South America, the UK, Canada. I don't care where you live. If you don't live in America, go to Interactive Brokers first. There was somebody who just emailed me the other day from Canada. They got their Interactive Brokers account open. It doesn't take a long time. Please don't overcomplicate the easiest part of this process, okay? Now, those of you who have children in your life, this is, in order to open an account for a child, it's called a custodial account. You are in charge of the account, and it is in the child's name. So if you take my niece, I have a custodial account for her. It'll either be an UGMA or UPMA account, but you are the custodian. You are in charge. The account is in her name, but I'm in charge of it. I put the money in. I make the investments. It is for her. I like Charles Schwab for children. Charles Schwab for children. So this is a great question. Yvette says, what if you have one of these accounts via 403B? That is not what a brokerage account is. You might have one of those companies with the 403B, but you want to open an individual brokerage account with one of these companies. You might have a 401k with Fidelity. That's not a brokerage account. That is a retirement account that your job gave you. You cannot buy individual stocks. You cannot buy REITs in your job's account. You have to open a new account. You have to. Do you need to open this account in a business name? No. Why? Unless you got a bunch of money sitting there for your business that you're not using, there is no tax benefit to opening a brokerage account in your business's name. There is not one. We're talking about you right now. So if the company, I'm not keep saying this, If the company you have is not on my list, it did not make my cut. I'm not telling you it's bad, but this is what I use. This is what our students have used. This is what the people who've taken there's been over 3,000 people who have come to our summits. These are the companies they're using. Okay? All right. Number 2. Are we ready for number 2? Comment ready in the chat. Are we ready for number 2? All right. Number 2. The best way to invest in real estate is to have a trusted partner who knows what you don't know. Felicia, let me ask you all a question. If you knew of someone that everybody has worked with, that has a phenomenal reputation, that owns thousands of properties, that constantly pays their investors, that handles all the tenants, all the work, they are the expert, they have a phenomenal reputation, they have been doing this for years, they know everything, and a good reputation, would you invest with them? That real estate partner, Marion, Anthony, Michelle, would you invest with them? Anthony, talk to me. If you had that trusted partner who knows everything in real estate, would you invest in that partner? So I'm seeing some yeses. Now, take a second. Tell me why you would invest with that partner. Tell me why. I'm seeing a whole lot of yeses. Why would you invest with that partner? Tell me why. Let's have an honest conversation. Tell me why. They are the expert. They know all the information. They have a good reputation. They got the knowledge. They have the trust. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what a REIT is. That's what a REIT is. REIT, R-E-I-T. Everybody say it out loud. REIT, because I find people come up to me in the streets and they don't know how to say a REIT. R-E-I-T is a real estate investment trust. They are on average the highest paying investment on the stock market. They own real estate company. They are real estate companies that own commercial property, that own, operate, and manage the real estate. They are the trusted partner. I don't want to own 15,000 properties. That's why I own O Realty. They own 15,000, but they pay me every month. Nez, they pay me every month, Tina. Now, when the REIT or the dividend stock pays you, when I say passive income, it's called a dividend. A dividend is a portion of a company's profit that comes, so they make their money, they pay their bills. And then for every share you own, they pay you dividends. Your dividends, which is extra cash flow, dividends it's like a bonus you get just because you own the company. The dividends are going to get paid to you every month or every quarter. Okay? I do not pay you dividends. I am not giving you a return. Every company has their own dates. Every company has their own amounts. Every company is different. All the dividends are different amounts. All the times you're going to get paid are different dates. Okay? I want to make that clear because some people ask, well, when am I going to get my money? I don't pay you. The companies do. Okay? So let me break down the history of REITs. REITs have been around since the 1960s. I did not make this up. Go look this up on the internet. 1961, they had shopping center REITs, and they had apartment REITs, data center REITs. 2017, they had tax cuts for REIT investors. We know who was in office in 2017 and what industry he was in. The pandemic hit. REITs took a hit. Real estate took a hit. Then they had high interest rates, right? So REITs took a hit in 2020. They bounced back a little in 2021, and then boom, interest rates went up. When interest rates go up, mortgages go up, debt payments go up, which means real estate companies and people have less money because it costs more to get the debt and it costs more to pay for the debt. So because interest rates were so high, real estate markets were down. You don't need a rocket scientist to know that real estate was down. So practically every REIT you're going to look up, ladies and gentlemen, REIT prices are going to be down. They're going to be down. But the reason we're having this class is because the Fed says they're lowering interest rates. So what's going to happen is you're going to see REITs go up. You're going to see real estate go up, okay? Now, follow me here. This is how REITs work. You Calvin, you Caroline or Carolina, Miss Lady, you put your money in your brokerage account. You transfer it in there. You say, I want to buy X number of shares of this REIT, right? Most REITs are less than $200. They're literally 99% of them are less than $200. I promise you. I'm going to show you some during the class. Just lock in with me. Less than $200. The REIT, they go find the property, right? They find the property. They manage the property, right? The REIT, now wait. I forgot this. REITs are boring. I told you at the beginning. They're not buying a property to flip it. They're buying a property to hold it, have tenants, to build income. Okay? Now, the REIT has tenants. They buy a bunch of properties. They manage the properties, right? They have tenants. Their tenants pay rent. The REIT collects all the money. So you don't see any rental income. You don't talk to any tenants. You don't fix any toilets. You don't fix nothing. The REIT collects the income and they pay their bills. After their bills are paid, there is a law that says 90% of the profit that a REIT gets has to be paid to all shareholders. Do you hear that, Leon? Do you hear that, Bradley? Royalty? Listen, are we clear? REITs, by law, have to pay you dividends because they are called a real estate investment trust. Everybody say trust inside the chat. Comment trust in the chat. The reason they're a trust, so because they are a trust, they are exempt from corporate taxes. So the government says, don't pay corporate taxes, but you have to pay out 90% of your profit to all your shareholders. So 90% of the money that they have left over after all their bills are paid gets paid to you. So imagine, Anthony, imagine Jacqueline, imagine Darnell. You now have a trusted partner that has a law. That law says you have to pay me. The more shares you own of a REIT, the more income you get. So you can buy one share of a REIT, Dorothy, and get paid over and over and over again. You don't have to buy it again. But in order to make more money, you want to buy more shares. Just like in real estate. You can buy a property for $100,000 and the tenant pays you $500 a month or $1,000 a month in rental income. I don't know. But if you want $10,000 a month, you have to buy 10 more properties. Does that make sense? The only difference is REITs don't cost $100,000. And in this class, I'm going to show you a REIT that I own that's $8 right now. That's $8. So you don't have to start with $100,000. You don't have to borrow money from the bank. You don't have to talk to a tenant. That's the REIT's job. Your job is to pick the best REITs that pay you the best income because there's a law that says they got to pay you anyway. There's a law. So REITs own $2.5 trillion of assets. 1 out of every 3 properties, Lisa, is owned by a REIT. There's 170 million people in this world that own REITs in their retirement accounts. Some of you right now own REITs in your retirement account and you don't even know it. Some of you right now are getting dividends in your retirement accounts and you don't even know it. Some of you own dividend stocks. You don't even know it. So, number 3, are we locked in? Comment. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because we getting a little bit deeper now. We getting a little bit deeper. We getting a little bit deeper. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Number 3. When you make these investments in all dividend investments, you want to start to invest in profitable companies you know, you use, you believe in. Stop buying everything you see somebody talking about on the internet. Stop. You have to know what works for you, and you have to understand how this game is played. Some of you right now have investment. Matter of fact, let me ask you a question. This goes for Chanel, Dorothy, Val, Laisha, Pamela, Martin, Aileen, Kiana. How much of your money do you care about? I want everybody in the chat right now. How much of your money do you care about? Talk. Everybody answer the question. Everybody. All 3,000 people in this class. How much of your money do you do? All right. So Michelle, Tracy saying all of it. How about I can bet you that more than half the people in this class have stocks and you don't even know what they're doing. A lot of you have 401ks, 403bs, a bunch of retirement accounts at your job, and you don't even know what's inside of it. Don't tell me you care about all your money when all of you are out here buying all these companies and don't even know how they work. Some of you are contributing every 2 weeks in your retirement accounts at your job, but you don't even know what's in your retirement account. The problem is we all think, I want to make more money. I want passive income. I want to make money. But you can't even handle the money that you have right now. And I'm going to prove it to you. You think that making more money is going to solve your problem? The government gave out $2 trillion in stimulus checks during the pandemic. The wealth gap got wider. How did they give out $2 trillion, but the rich got richer and the wealth gap got wider? Because giving you more money is not going to solve your problem. If you don't even know what you have or understand the money that you have, then why would giving you more? So I'm not giving you more money and you don't even respect, honor, and take care of the money you do have. Some of you make money right now. You give it to everybody else. Why would I give you more money when you won't even give yourself money? Why? We're so quick to spend. I got all these bills, questioning why we don't have money. We got to be questioning why the person in the mirror doesn't feel like they're worthy of having money. Why is it that the person in the mirror will not start with $20, but they swear they got to invest thousands of dollars and they can't do it? Why is it that you question every person that wants to teach you something, but you're so quick to be okay with only having your job? And I understand, but this is why I'm here. So let's do an exercise really quick. I want everybody, before you start trying to figure out what am I going to buy, Ashley, give me all these ideas. Let's start with who you give your money to. I want everybody right now in the past 48 hours, I want you to write down the kind of car you use, the water you drank, the juice you drank, the networks you watched, the phone you use, the cell phone bill you use. I want everybody to write down all the companies that they gave their time, their money, and their energy to. And here I'm gonna give you an example, right? I woke up today. I went to the restroom. I used toilet paper, which was Charmin. Charmin is Procter & Gamble. I brushed my teeth with with Tom's. I got that from Amazon. I put on my Nike outfit. That was Nike, my Nike sneakers. And I grabbed my Life water. That's Pepsi. Went to the gym. What else did I do today? Oh, I completely forgot. Before I even went to the restroom, I picked up my cell phone. That was Apple. I paid that bill. That's Verizon. Verizon actually gets 3 bills from me because I got 3 phones and I got an iPad. Then I got on my company email, which we use Google. Then I got on Instagram, which is Meta. Literally. Then I got on my computer, started to use Microsoft Office Suite after I came from the gym and took a shower with my Dove soap that is Unilever. Just those companies alone, 90% of them pay out dividends. 90% of those companies pay dividends. And I'm sitting here, I didn't even get through my morning, and you got billion-dollar businesses making money off of my existence. So don't tell me you don't know what to invest in. Don't tell me that you're scared, because if you are okay giving Apple, a $1 trillion company, your money and these iPhones, and no offense to my Google users, you are okay with giving Apple your money, paying your cell phone bill every month, and you're questioning, can you get passive income from billion-dollar businesses? Not on my watch, ladies and gentlemen. Not on my watch. Take a look at these companies on the screen. These are called dividend aristocrats. Literally, these companies been paying out dividends for over 25 years. Imagine Marvin, imagine Barbara, imagine Alina, Tina. Imagine if someone bought you stock in these companies 25 years ago. They bought you stock, and let's say you never bought any more shares after that. Every 90 days, Exxon paid you dividends. And every year, Exxon gave you more money. Walmart, the number one employer in America. You want to know why the Walton family is the Walton family? Is because they run this company that's the number one employer in America. They have enough money to pay their bills and pay you. And pay you. Then you got Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble. Literally, guys. And I forgot to tell you this. These companies are all boring. Okay? These are not your sexy companies. People are not talking about them on the internet. These are the old, seasoned companies that are the top in their industry. Their stock prices don't grow fast. That is why they give investors dividends. You're not about to flip your money with REITs. Don't even think about it. Even I own a REIT now that's up 20%. The only reason it's up 20% is because I bought it at its low when interest rates were so high. If you look at REIT prices, they really don't move a lot. You look at dividend stocks, they don't really move a lot. You see a dip if there's a crash or a recession, but they really don't move. How many of you bought Nvidia? You saw how Nvidia just shot up? Nvidia is not your normal stock. It's a growth stock. They're a growing company. So again, these companies are boring. So if you came to this class and the goal is to have income for the rest of your life, reliable, dependable, predictable income, that is why people like Walmart. They're not trying to flip their money. That's why they like Target. They like the income. You buy it, you hold it, you collect income, you repeat. Some of you right now, and some of you, people are asking me, do you trade, Ashley? No, I don't trade. And I know a lot of people that make a lot of money trade. I know some phenomenal people that invest, right? I don't want to trade. And some of you can't afford to trade because you lose your mind if your stock drops 0.1%, let alone it drops 20%, up 20%. Some of you are at that age where you can't stomach that. So you can choose the type of investor you are, but I'm going to tell you right now, these companies give out billions of dollars. The problem is, why aren't you getting anything from them? You give them all your money, but they're so busy giving all their money to the people that invest in them, and you're mad at the rich because they get richer. It's because they're not just working. They're not just saving. They are taking that money and putting it to work because they don't have an option. Now let's talk about real estate. I want everybody to take a second. Over the past week, what types of real estate have you utilized? I know I went to the grocery store. I went to the gas station. I went in my apartment building. I actually went to the mall. Where else did I go? I went to a healthcare facility. Do you know that office buildings are owned by REITs? Industrial buildings, write this down, STAG, S-T-A-G. And Prologis. They are Amazon's landlord, Amazon does not own all their real estate. Retail, you ever been to Target? Do you know Target? They don't own all their real estate. Chipotle, they don't own all their real estate. Kroger, Publix, gyms, movie theaters, they are housed in shopping centers. Do you know that shopping centers are owned by REITs? Hotels. Do you know that Marriott, Hilton, Four Seasons, the Hyatt, a lot of those hotels are not owned by the hotel company. They are owned by REITs. Do you know that senior homes, hospitals are owned by REITs? Did you know that CubeSmart, Extra Storage, all those what do they call storage facilities? Do you know that they are REITs? Do you know that CubeSmart is a REIT? Every time someone pays rent to store their stuff in a storage unit, that REIT collects the income, and every shareholder gets paid every 90 days. Do you know that data center? Ever wonder where your data is stored? When you use your phone, AT&T customers, Amazon users, it's stored in a data warehouse. Digital Realty is a data center REIT. Do you know that billboards are owned? If you ever see the word Lamar, right? Lamar. in the middle of a billboard. Do you know that Lamar is a REIT? And again, I want all of you who are nervous and not sure, go fact check everything that I'm telling you. Do you know Lamar is a REIT? Do you know that Six Flags pays rent to a REIT? Do you know that schools pay rent to a REIT? 1 out of every 3 properties are owned by a REIT. So here's some examples. Vici, how many of you been to Las Vegas? Comment me in the chat if you comment me. How many of you want to go to Las Vegas? How many actually forget Las Vegas? How many of you ever been to a Harrah's casino or a Hard Rock? How many of you have ever gone to a casino? How many of you have been to Las Vegas? Do you know that the Venetian, the MGM, the Luxor, do you know that there's over 10 casinos on the Vegas Strip that's owned by Vici? Vici is a casino REIT. Vici's $32. Imagine so think about it. You go to the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. You and everybody else pays to stay in the Venetian. The Venetian, you pay to stay there. They collect all the money. All the restaurants and stores inside the Venetian or the Mandalay Bay, because they're owned by them too, they collect all that money. They pay all their bills. Every 90 days, Vici pays myself and my niece a dividend every 90 days. Then you got EPR. How many of you ever been to Top Golf? EPR is an experiential REIT. Marvin says, Marvin, what hotel are you staying at? Because you might be staying at a REIT, Marvin. EPR, Top Golf, the top, literally, pretty much all the Top Golfs that exist in America pay rent to EPR. EPR is $47. EPR pays every month. Every month. Prologis, I said that was Amazon's landlord. I was in Paris and I saw a Prologis building. Prologis is all over the world, right? Realty Income. Now, this is a dividend aristocrat too. They've been paying dividends for over 25 years. Let me tell you something, Yvette. Let me tell you something, Kiana. Realty Income, go look this up too. When you go to their website, they call themselves the monthly dividend company. This company brags about paying its investors every month. And you want to question, is this class real? You got companies bragging, companies that's been paying out billions in dividends. And you want to question, is a REIT real? Can I really buy real estate with less than 200 and not have credit? Realty Income is $62. That's actually the REIT that's up 20% that I own. They pay dividends every month, and every year they give you more money. Literally, every year. Is this making sense? Is this helpful, guys? Comment. Are we learning something? Is it not as hard as you think it is? Are you understanding and picking up what I'm putting down here? Realty Income just recently bought the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. Do you know that the Bellagio Hotel is owned by a REIT? And guess who owns that REIT? Ashley Marie Fox. And so does my niece, Journey. Literally, and Realty Income actually owns 15,000 properties. I don't care what I do and how much money I want to make. I'm not buying 15,000 properties. That's not why God put me here. But that is why Realty Income is here, and I'm going to invest in Realty Income. They're going to do it. Now, go to REIT.com. I promise you I'm not making this up. It's a whole website. We actually partner with them. They all of our students that take our programs come to our summits. They give us news. They give us resources. They're based in DC. I actually just went to their office not too long ago. Go to REIT.com. It's an entire website. You can see every REIT that exists. I promise you. Now, here are things you want to think about when you're researching. You want to look at the company's financials. You want to make sure if that company has debt, they got enough money to take care of their debt and take care of you. Every company has an investor relations page. That's a website that you go to as an investor to get access to all the information, right? Now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. REITs are really not in the news because they're boring. Like REITs are more boring than dividend stocks. REITs are only in the news when they pay a dividend, which is every quarter, or they buy another property. You go look up REITs right now, look at the news. They're not in the news every single day. They're not. You also want to consider the number of properties a REIT owns. I always tell people you want your REIT to own at least 100 properties. At least 100. At least 100. You also want to think about who are the REITs tenants? Who are their tenants? The reason Realty Income has survived for so long and is giving investors more and more money every year is because they have recession-proof tenants. Realty Income has tenants like Dollar Tree, Dollar General, 7-Eleven, Walgreens, companies that whether we're in a recession or not, they still gonna pay their bills, ladies and gentlemen. You want to look at the dividend history. You want to look at the stock price history. You want to look at companies that are consistently paying you dividends. Now, number 4, we're going to talk numbers now. Everybody comment numbers in the chat. Everybody comment number. We're going to talk numbers now. You want to invest in REITs and dividend stocks that can consistently pay you high dividends. We don't need any low dividend paying companies over here, okay? Because you can put your money in a savings account. Write this down, 4 to 17%. You want your REIT or dividend stock to pay anywhere between 4 to 17% every year in dividends. This is how you know if your company pays a dividend. If at the bottom of the stock chart, it has a percent at the bottom. If there is a percent at the bottom, that means that that company will pay you that percent every year. Every year for every share you own. If the share is $10, if the share is $100, that is the percent you will get that year from that company. You want that percent, it's called a dividend yield, to be anywhere between 4 to 17%. Now, let me ask you guys a question. How much money do you need? If you guys wanted to buy a property and get a tenant in there, how much money do you need to start? You need to get a property. Like, think about it. How much money do you need to buy a property? Give me a number. And I'm talking about from start to finish, meaning to get the property to the tenant gets inside of that property. How much money do you need for that property? I'm seeing 100K, 150K, 20K, 200K. Let me ask you a question. Look at these numbers in the chat. How many of you just have that money lying around? How many of you have 40K, 50K, $200,000 sitting in an account that you just want to go buy a property with? How many of you, not percentage, nope, not percent, nope, I'm talking about straight cash. How many of you just have 100,000, 20,000, 50,000, 150,000 just sitting in the account so you can go buy a property to go get some passive income? 99% of the population doesn't have that. So does that mean, Frederick? Does that mean, Rebecca? Does that mean, Diane, that you don't deserve to get passive income? Does that mean you don't deserve to get into real estate? This is why REITs were created, so that you didn't have to start with $100,000. REITs were created so that the everyday person could still get into real estate, still build passive income, but not have to use the bank. Because I don't know about you, but even the bank will give me a $500,000 loan right now. I'm not taking a $500,000 loan to go buy a property that I got to fix up, that I got to manage. I don't have time for that. And that's just where I'm at in life. But that doesn't mean I don't deserve passive income. And I'm damn sure not borrow money from the bank to do it. And that's my personal preference. Some of you don't want to borrow money from the bank. Some of you don't have the credit for the bank. But I bet you all of you have at least $35 to go buy a REIT like Vici. They have at least $62 to go buy a REIT like Realty Income. And at least get passive income over time. Now, are you going to get rich buying a REIT for $37? No. But I'm going to tell you right now, you will make money in your sleep. I don't care if you get $5 a month for the rest of your life. If you don't want the $5, I'll take it. How many of you are okay with getting $5 a month for the rest of your life? How many of you are okay getting $5 a month for the rest of your life? How many of you don't want it? Because if you don't want $5 a month for the rest of your life, I will take it. Some of you are okay and talking, oh, this is not a lot of money. Somebody commented the other day on one of my posts, yeah, you're not gonna make a lot of money with REITs. You gotta have a lot to make money. I don't know about you, but if somebody pays me $5 a month for the rest of my life, I don't care how much money it is. I don't have to work for it. Some of you are so conditioned that you have to go work for all of your money that you're not willing to take $2 a share for the rest of your life because you want to go work for money. You'd rather, you know how hard I work in Amplify and I make a bunch of money. You know how long it took me to do that? You know how easy it is to make $1,000 a month in REITs? And even if it takes you 5 years to do it, it adds up. I'd rather by the time you're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. I'd rather you be making an extra $1,000 and dependent on the government for Social Security. No, the person in the mirror is strong enough to build the income. The problem is we just weren't taught this information. So let's talk about Verizon. Verizon, look at the bottom of that stock chart, 6.61%. Verizon's paying about 6-7% in dividends. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not getting that in the savings account, and you definitely won't get that as interest rates go down. So Verizon right now, for every $40 you invest, you're going to get about 6-7% every year. Is that a lot of money? Heck yeah, it is, because some of you don't even get 7% raises at your job. And even if you got a 7% raise at your job, you still got to show up to work every day. You know I don't work at Verizon, but they pay me a dividend, and here's how I think. Let's take it another level. I want Verizon, their dividend, to pay my cell phone bill. I give them money every month anyway. What if Verizon paid me enough in dividends so that my dividends paid my cell phone bill for the rest of my life, Tina? How about we start getting our bills paid before we start thinking, oh, I want $50,000 a month. Get your first $5. Get your first $50. Now let's talk numbers. Let's say you bought 100 shares of Verizon, right? Only 100. Only. Because some of you don't have $4,000 to invest. Let's just say you bought a share. That's $40. Verizon is still going to give you 6.61%, whether you put in $40 or $4,000. That's about $22 a month. $67 every quarter, $270 every single year. If you don't want the $270, I'll take it. I will take it. Let's take it a step further. Let's say over time, Janae, let's say over time, Monique, you invest and buy 10,000 shares of Verizon. 10,000 over time. Now, again, remember, you can buy one share now and build over time. Nobody said you had to start with a lot of money. You bought 10,000 shares of Verizon. You invested $402,000. If you had a portfolio of Verizon stock that's worth $400,000, you'd be getting $2,200 a month, $6,700 every quarter, $27,000 every single year. How many of you right now could use an extra $27,000 a year? How many of you, comment me in the chat, how many of you could use an extra $27,000 a year? Here's the thing. I don't know about you, but Verizon gave out $11 billion last year in dividends. $11 billion. All I think about is Verizon. You took my money that I pay you every month. I pay about $400 a month for my 3 phones and my iPad. You took my money and gave it to some investors? Not on my watch. What if it took you, Sonia, Anthony, Carl, Andrea? What if it took you 5 years, 10 years, 15 years to get a portfolio of $400,000 to get paid $2,200 for the rest of your life? Is it worth the wait? Once you make the investment one time, you don't have to keep buying Verizon stock if you don't want to. Is it worth the wait? And let me tell you this right now. Everybody in the chat right now, and I don't care if you own a business or not, everybody in the chat right now, tell me how long you've been working. How long have you been working at a job? How long have you been running your business? How many years have you been working? Put the number inside the chat right now. How many years you've been working? How many? Everybody comment in the chat, and don't be shy because we grown here. I'm seeing 20 years, 24 years, 36 years, 18 years, 37 years, 20 years, 25 years. And some of you, this is the first time you're hearing this information. If you've been working for 20 years of your life and you don't want to invest for 20 years, you've been okay with giving your physical labor. You know how hard I work at Amplify? You know how hard I work to get Verizon to pay me? I don't lift a finger. It took me 5 seconds to buy Verizon stock, and they pay me like clockwork. So if you are willing to work 10, 15, 20, 30 years of your life, you better be willing to invest in $1 billion business that's going to pay you for the rest of your life. And get this, God forbid something happens to you. Guess who gets those dividends? Your family does. Let's take it a step further. Now I'm talking about dividend stocks and REITs. Here's a REIT right here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember I told you I'm going to show you a REIT that was $8. $8. Look at this REIT right now, paying out 13%. More than double of Verizon. Verizon's paying out 6-7 is $40. This 13% and it's $8. $8. Now, this REIT is a little bit more risky. It's a smaller REIT. This is nothing like Realty Income, but they've been paying out. They pay out a 13% dividend. 13% dividend. So let's talk numbers again. Let's say, like Verizon, you buy 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares. That's $83,000 right there, ladies and gentlemen. 83,000. You invest 83,000, you get about $1,000 a month. $27.50 a quarter, $11,000 a year. Everybody comment in the chat. $11,000 is nothing. Everybody, $11,000 is nothing. Again, you can buy Verizon, you can buy G&L, you can buy Vici, you can buy whatever you want. I gave you a bunch of different things we talked about today. But the point that I'm making is, don't tell me you don't have $8. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're not getting 13% raises your job. You're never getting 13% in your savings account. And you're not going to get 13% anywhere without having to put in all that work. Yes, you can make good money at your job. Keep working. You need your jobs. They are your investor for retirement. Your job is your investor so you can travel. The problem is the investor is investing in you and you just throw away the money. You're making this money, but you're not putting it for you. At least take $8, Pearl. At least $8, Shirley, Marvin, Barbara. You can at least take $8. You are worth $8 to at least get a dividend. Stop looking at it like it's so small and start being embarrassed that you haven't started at all. You didn't know this before this class. That's why you're here. That's why Amplify exists. Okay? Now, G&L. They have tenants like Dick's Sporting Goods, FedEx, McLaren, Home Depot, ING Bank. They own a bunch of different buildings that have tenants that pay them consistently. Okay? Now, let's compare G&L to a savings account. You put $15,000 in a savings account and you're getting about $675 a year. I mean, extra money, 4.5%. And that's, I'm gonna tell you right now, your savings account interest rates are gonna drop. They're going to keep dropping. I'm getting the emails now, they're already telling me. You put $15,000 in G&L, you got about almost $2,000. Same $15,000, one is in a REIT, one is in a savings account. I don't care what you choose, I'm gonna tell you right now, that money that you would get in a savings account is going to drop. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't need me to tell you that real estate is going to get better. You already see mortgage rates are going down. And again, I'm not telling you to buy. You got to invest in something. Take this class and do something. Because they have been giving out 1.66 trillion last year. Everybody comment 1.66 in the chat. 1.66 trillion have been given out in dividends. I at least deserve $100. At least, you at least deserve $100 a month. They gave out 1.66 trillion. They're going to give it out whether they like you, whether they know you, whether you're white, black, pink, purple, live here, live there. They don't care. They do this to keep their investors happy, Kimberly. 1.66 trillion. The problem is you're so busy questioning. You're so busy telling yourself you're behind. You're so busy telling yourself you're scared that you're not getting this money because you're so busy talking about what you can't do versus talking about what you can do. So remember, you don't need a lot of money to invest in real estate. You don't need a lot of money to invest, period. You don't need a real estate license. You don't need a bank. You don't need a credit score. You don't need a tenant to build passive income. So check-in time, was this helpful? Y'all got me juiced up in here. Did we learn something? Ken says, how do you get started? How do you buy a REIT? Somebody tell Ken how you buy a REIT. How you get started? Somebody tell Ken. He missed the first part. He must have came late, Ken. Check-in time, was this helpful? Did we learn something? Did we learn something? Did we learn something? All right, recap. Open a brokerage account. 2, best way to invest in real estate is to have that trusted partner. I'm not telling you not to buy direct real estate. That is not what I'm saying. This is for those of you who will not, who cannot, who don't have the time or the money or the resources. This is an option for you. An option. 3, invest in profitable companies you know, use, and believe in. You don't have to search high and low and far to be able to build income, guys. The companies are right in front of your face. They're right there. And number 4, invest in dividend stocks and REITs that can consistently pay you high dividends. The good ones will pay you for the rest of your life. The great ones will give you extra money every year. Those are the good ones. Your sweet spot is about 4 to 8%. You got a dividend investments give you 4 to 8%. You're good. You can live off that, and you got to build towards it, but you can definitely live off that. So now, did I give you what I promised you before I get into building a roadmap? Did I give you what I promised you? Did I show you how to get started? Did I break down how REITs work? Did I break down how you can build passive? I want to make sure, because I want to make sure you guys, I want to make sure I gave you what I promised you. Whatever you saw on the internet, did I give you what I promised you? All right. Now, there's a lot of questions in the chat. We got thousands of people in here. Are you ready for me to walk you through how we... Time is almost up. I want to respect your time, where we can work together, but I got a catch for you. We only got 5 days. You don't need a whole year to learn how to buy a REIT. You don't need a whole year to buy a dividend stock. Where I'm going to work with you and talk about how you can build REITs and dividend stocks and create your passive income portfolio. Why? Because I need you ready by the time the president gets elected. I need you ready by the time the Fed continues to lower interest rates. I need you ready if the market drops, if the market goes up. You got to make money both ways. We're not going into 2025 without you knowing how to do this. I need everyone to be able to be in a position to make passive income literally now. Everybody comment now in the chat. But the question is, who has 5 days to get it done? Who has 5 days to get it done? Now, here's how we're going to do this. We are hosting our Cash Flow Creation Virtual Summit. It is a 5-day virtual event this is our 3rd event. We only do this 1-2 times a year, and the next one won't be for a long time. November 4th through the 8th. So let me walk you through everything that happens during this virtual event, because it's only a couple hours a day, but it's not for everyone. And I want to make sure that you are in the position to take advantage of everything we cover, because the time is now. We are doing this right in the thick of the presidential election, okay? Now, here's how this 5-day virtual event works. Follow me here. Day 1 is the Millionaire Mindset Matrix, where we are going to let go of those old habits, Chantel, help you develop that passive income plan, get you to start thinking and operating like the 1%. Ashley, how much am I going to start with? Ashley, what is my strategy going to be? How do I know how much to put in, what I want to do? What is my game plan? How much do I really need to hit my goals, right? That's what we're going to cover. I'm going to break down everything I saw on Wall Street, Shayna. All the strategies that they put in place to ensure that they have passive income. This is what I'm going to cover. Day 2, everybody comment debt-free if you want to be debt-free. Day 2 is where we're focusing on paying off debt and making more money. How can we put ourselves in a position to be able to let go of the debt that we have, still be able to invest, to free up the cash flow that we need to put you in a position to build your passive income portfolio? We don't need you going into 2025 still talking about debt and how it's stressing you out. We got to be playing offense. We're going to be paying down debt and investing, creating passive income and working at our job. Now, day 3, read Investing Like a Pro. How many of you learned something today? Comment me in the chat. Did we learn something today? How much was today's class worth? Right now, because I'm going to tell you right now, I went to Howard University. It didn't cost me about $70,000, $80,000 to go to Howard, and I did not learn this stuff. How much was today's class worth? Just today's class. How much was this class, this information? Because we're not teaching this in our school system for our children. We're not talking about this at the dinner table, ladies and gentlemen. So day 3, we're starting from how we investing in these malls. How are we figuring out how many shares we need to own and hit our passive income goals? What type of real estate do we want to get into? How do we own these apartment buildings, these data centers? How do I evaluate these REITs? Now, day 4. Take it a step further. We're going to talk about those dividend stocks. So how we talked about Verizon, guys, Walmart, those companies you know, use, and believe in. How do we evaluate those companies? How do we understand those companies? How do we know how to calculate how much money we're going to make over time? And how do we turn on the drip feature so that money can compound, right? Now, day 5, I couldn't do the summit without including this day. What good is building all this money, building all this wealth, building this income, and building a strategy so that you can be in the position you need if we're not going to pass it down to our kids? So during this summit, we're going to talk about how we're going to grow our wealth, how we're going to protect it. How do we understand taxes? How do we pass it down so that the money never runs out? My niece will have money for the rest of her life while she's living, while I'm living, and even if I'm not here, right? So I want to make sure we're going to start with you, and we're going to follow through to make sure we're properly passing the income down so that our money doesn't outlive us. So that our money can outlive us and be passed down to our kids. That is extremely important. Now, you're going to get the strategies and tips you need to get the right accounts open. We're going to put you in a position so that you're able to build that high cash flow. We're going to have the trainings, the action. Now, this whole summit is live. Nothing is pre-recorded. You will be with me, literally together, building this. We'll talk about the strategy, the tax loopholes. And we're also going to do deep dives into my portfolio. Now, to come to this summit, I don't know about you guys, but how many of you like when you go to places and you go to events, you like the good seats? How many of you like I like the seats where I can see. I'm not really a nosebleed kind of girl. I like the best. How many of you like the best? You want the best. You deserve the best. And you know that when you are surrounded by the best, you operate. Ladies, you know how when you get your hair and your nails done and you feel like you look good and you know you're the best and you know you look good? That's how I feel when it comes to my learning. How many of you comment I'm the best in the chat? How many of you like the best, want the best, because when you know you have the best, you're surrounded by the best, and also you just deserve it. I want the best seat everywhere I go. I want the best hotel. I want the best speakers. I want to go backstage. I want the front seat too. I love it. So to come to this event, the best way to get the most out of the event, the best way to get the most out of the experience, the best way to get the best access to me is one ticket. You want the platinum ticket. The platinum ticket. Now, let me walk you through what you get the platinum ticket. First things first, 5 straight days. Everything is virtual. Couple hours in the evening. Just in case you can't come every day, we will give you the replays for a limited time. You also have access to our exclusive Facebook group. Now, here's the best part of the summit. And I'm telling you, this is the 3rd time I did this. Right before every session, I do live Q&As. So that means Chantel, that means Benita, that means LP, that means Sarah, that means Lee. You and I are going to work together. I'm going to bring you up. You're going to ask your questions. You're going to be around the best group of people who made the best investment to be at this event. You get extra time with me every single day. We're going to talk about what we talked about in each session. You're going to have access to exclusive bonuses. Now, we have an exclusive networking mixer. Everybody right now, comment me in the chat if you need a better environment. Comment me in the chat if you need a better environment, because you are probably the smartest person in your circle. You know you need to be around like-minded people, because some of you came to this class and invited people, but they didn't show up, right? How many of you need a better environment? You need an environment that's going to push you out of your comfort zone, an environment that's going to stretch you, to be around people who think like you, who operate like you, who want to retire like you. This is what that Platinum Networking Mixer is. And you also get exclusive to the Platinum Telegram group. Now, in addition, we're going to give you 2 guides so that you'll have access to over 50 different stock ideas. The top 50, the top 25 high dividend stocks, the top high dividend REITs. So to start the summit, you're going to come in already thinking about what are the highest dividend paying investments that I can at least consider. Because I don't want you trying to find all these companies. There's a guide. You have over 50 ideas for you to decide what to buy. Now, to get your ticket, go to mycashflowcreation.com right now. These are the 2 guides you're going to get, the top 25. Now, you're going to get these guides immediately. Start looking at these guides immediately. mycashflowcreation.com. Now, I want to show you a couple of people. Charlotte says, yes, I'm a different person than I was before the first day. So I appreciate the morning motivations too. Tequila says, I received a dividend from one of my REITs. The drip is in force. That's that compound feature that we're going to talk about. I can't wait to purchase more shares. Thank you, Ashley, for educating us, and many blessings to you, Queen. These are 2 individuals that came to our last summit. So when you grab your ticket, get the platinum ticket. You are going to get access to me. You have the live Q&As. This is the best ticket to get. And I'm not just telling you because I'm teaching, but I'm telling you because I'm teaching. I'm telling you what we're going to go through. When I tell you all the extra information you are going to get as a result of being in the live Q&A sessions, when I say my team works around the clock, I have a no attendee policy left behind. So you get this every day. We have live exclusive Q&As where you can come up and ask your question, where we can connect. And you also learn by listening to everybody else. You will have access to the 5 sessions. They're all virtual. You have access to the cash flow creation workbook so that you can start to really get and follow along the entire program. You have an exclusive Zoom background. I need everybody to know, Tanisha, that you are the best person in the house. So Tanisha says, I knew it. I knew you deserved the platinum ticket because you look like you want the best, Tanisha. Now listen, or somebody just asked, is this for a lifetime? Do you go to Beyonce concert and she gives you her concert lifetime? Absolutely not, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're not ready to make a decision, then you don't need to be there. This is not something you play with. I said, when we're going to lock in for 5 days, we're going to lock in for 5 days. This is a 5-day virtual event. You have limited access to replays, but absolutely not lifetime. Do you know how much it costs to become Ashley M. Fox? Do you know how much I charge to talk? I literally charge at least $10,000. At least. The most I made was $15 an hour for me to talk. At least. You guys got me every single day. Every day. You have the live trainings and you got those live Q&As. It is me. It is with you. I am guiding and coaching you through this entire process. Now, I wanted to bring up Stephanie because she came. And if you guys want to connect with or talk to any of these people, listen, mycashflowcreation.com. If you are not 100% committed to building wealth this year, this is not the summer you want to come to, because one, I'm pushing you out your comfort zone. You already see how excited I get. There have been over 3,000 people that have come to this. Shout out to Marion for getting the platinum ticket. Congratulations. Make sure you check your email because you're going to get Miss Williams just got her platinum ticket. Now I put Stephanie up here because Stephanie she operated and got the job done. She says, I can't thank Ashley and your team enough for the eye-opening and literally life-changing summit, the Cash Flow Creation Summit. The value you offered us was outstanding and was worth every penny. During the summit, I invested in GNL, of course. So that was one of the REITs we talked about. Since then, I invested in Realty Income. I did so the day after they merged with Spirit Realty, and I was able to buy my shares at an all-time low. Just this week alone, my shares gained $250 in value, and I can't wait to see my first dividend come through. The learning and research continues. I'm very excited to imagine what my portfolio will look like 5 to 10 years from now. Thank you again, Ashley, for all that you do. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. She went through the summit. She acted immediately. She opened her brokerage account. She invested in REITs. She made $250 just in value. She hadn't even got her first dividend yet. She hadn't even gotten her first dividend. She said she bought Realty Income, which means she's going to get paid every month. She didn't even get her first dividend, but she's excited. She's focusing on what can I accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years. So again, if you want to get rich quick, this is not where you want to be. This summit is for the individuals who want to plan for retirement, the individuals who want to build passive income, the individuals who want to no longer be frustrated financially. mycashflowcreation.com right now to get your ticket. There have been over 3,000 people who have come to this summit. Now, before I even get into, I got some more bonuses. Platinum ticket holders, I got some more bonuses for you guys. But listen, if you are here, it's not an accident. You are determined to build wealth. You know that you deserve more. You are ready to take how many of you are ready to take the next step? Comment ready in the chat. Now, you believe that now's a good time to start using real estate, to start using stocks as a way to create additional cash flow. But now you have somebody that can hold your hand. Now you have somebody that can walk you through the steps, step by step, and you're finally ready. But listen, before I got 3 big announcements for you guys. 3 big announcements. Before I get to the announcements, I want to do something. I want to do something new. I want to actually bring up someone who came to the summit. She came to the summit. She's taking classes. She's still investing. She shows up to it. Now, this woman here, she's like a quiet assassin. She's calm. She doesn't talk a whole lot, but she gets the job done. She shows up to every class. She's a graduate of our Wealth Builders Academy. She came to the 5-day virtual event. She is dominating right now. So I want to, is Phyllis here? I want to bring up Phyllis. Do we have Phyllis here? Okay. Wait.
Hi, Ashley. I'm here.
Listen, okay. I need you to tell them, because these are a lot. We got over 3,000 people in here, and a lot of people don't know what REITs are, don't know what dividend stocks are, but they want to build, they want to retire. And we don't do the summit a lot. We're doing one at the end of the year, literally to dominate Q4. So just tell them about your experience, how you felt, what's going on with you now. Just give them the guidance that they need to be able to grow.
Well, I would say welcome. And Ashley's right. You're not here. There is no accident that you were here this evening. When I say Amplify and Ashley M. Fox is the real deal, they are the real deal. I was somebody who had never invested. I had never opened a brokerage account. I had never bought a stock. I didn't know what REITs were. But I knew I deserved more. My parents did what they knew to do. I got my good government job. I saved, but even planning for retirement, I thought, I want more. I needed more education. And when I say Ashley and her team provide so much education, financial education, that has helped not only me, but my family who's been watching me. You don't know who's watching you, but they're watching you. They're watching what you go through. So I went to the Cash Flow Summit. I saw this vivacious woman on Instagram, and I thought, okay, whatever she has, I want it. I want it because I knew that she had the experience to get me to where I wanted to go. So I've opened my brokerage account. I went to the Cash Flow Summit, and in the Cash Flow Summit, learn more about REITs. So I've started investing in myself. You look at something, you say, well, what am I paying on something? Well, stop paying. It's like, do I really need to have certain internet? You start thinking, where can I get money to start investing? And it is those small things. In that Cash Flow Summit, you will learn how to open up that brokerage account. You will learn more in depth what REITs are. And let's say you buy a REIT and you think, well, that's not what everybody else is doing it. Well, you're not here to do what everybody else is doing. You're here to do what you're supposed to be doing, not only for you, but for your family. Talk about legacy. When I took the Cash Flow Summit, Ashley was truly just coming back after having lost her father. So we benefited from what she went through and learning about real estate, her estate planning. And so she's not only introducing people that she's seen on the internet, these are people she actually works with. So we know that Ashley is the real deal. We know that there's a supportive team that is surrounding her. At that Cash Flow Summit, when you have questions, there's a mentoring group that's in there. And that's really what I thought, wow, that team that surrounds her is so impressive and so supportive. They were answering questions during the Cash Flow Summit. So even after the Cash Flow Summit was done, do you know that on Facebook, people are still interacting with each other from the information that they learned from that Cash Flow Summit? So what have I learned? I deserve better. I needed more education. And I knew that Ashley M. Fox and Amplify team were there to provide that support for me. So if you're thinking, well, should I do this? I know I was thinking, okay, do I want to do the platinum? Because I didn't sign up for the platinum at first. When I was listening on Instagram, I was thinking, okay, $400, $497. I thought that's a lot. But when it comes down to it, going into 2025, it is crucial that you start thinking, how much are you worth? Go to McDonald's and how much are you spending? Go to Starbucks, even Dunkin' Donuts these days. Get coffee out a couple of times a week. You've already spent that money. If you think about how much money you've spent this whole year, you have spent it and you are worth it. So I signed up for the platinum ticket. I thought, you know what? I'm going all in. And I have not looked back since then because I have learned so much more about myself. We all say we want to be millionaires, but are we willing to do what it takes to be a millionaire? Because it takes work. Millionaires just don't wake up every day and say, now, granted, now, if they had the dividends from the passive income, I didn't grow up in that family. And since I didn't grow up in that family, I thought, well, I want more. And I do want to be a millionaire. And I am working towards my million because of the information that I started with at that cash flow summit. And oh, by the way, when I opened up my Charles Schwab account, I opened it with $200. Now, I've learned how to start investing money consistently over time. And yes, I have passive income. I have continued to watch my passive income grow this past year because of what I learned in that cash flow summit, because I was willing to spend that money on myself. And now, being in the fourth quarter of this year, you don't start 2025 in 2025. You start now. You start thinking, what am I willing to do today to prepare myself for 2025 and for the rest of your future? Because it's not about me. This life at this point, I'm at the retirement phase. So what I'm doing is not about Phyllis. Not entirely. It's also about that legacy. What do I leave my family? I don't have any children, but I have nieces and nephews who will be learning what I learned and passing it down to their children. Because I heard a stat that even people who have money that is left by their parents, that next generation, they spend it. So then that second generation, there's nothing left for them. We've got to do better. So I wanted more and my family deserved more because of what my parents and their parents instilled in them. So if you're still thinking about it, I'd say go for it. And yes, that platinum ticket is worth it because it gives you full access. I benefit from it. And I have not, like I said, I haven't looked back.
Thank you, Phyllis. Can we tell Phyllis congrats? Because she said I didn't know that about you. I didn't know you got your brokerage account when you came to the summit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like she started with $200. Let's congratulate Phyllis because she is dominating. She still shows up. And I know it takes guts to be here in front of 3,000 people. So thank you so much, Phyllis. I'm so excited for you. We got a lot more to do, a lot more to learn. And now you're in a position to build. I know you got drip turned on.
Absolutely.
You got the passive income thing at the top. I'm excited for you. Thank you so much, Phyllis. I'm inspired, and you make me believe we're gonna make this summit 100 times better. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley, and your supportive team. I can't thank you enough because you've impacted my life and my family's life.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love it. Listen, guys, this is extremely important. Now, listen, Phyllis got me hyped, but listen, we got 3 more big announcements for all the platinum ticket holders. I got one big announcement. Here's what I want to do. I want to give away $250 right now to somebody who has a platinum ticket. $250 right now. Get your ticket now. I think we should. I want to fund somebody's portfolio. Let's start the portfolio because platinum ticket holders, I got something special for you. 1, you are going to get access to the net worth spreadsheet. This is going to be important because it is going to help you manage the money you already have. I need you to know how much you have, how much you're spending, how much you're making, the debt that you have. This is going to give you order. We just had our Q4 planning session. You guys are going to get access to that, but you're going to need this net worth spreadsheet. So you're going to get the net worth spreadsheet. Now, platinum ticket holders, I'm not doing one, but I'm doing two. 2 platinum bonus calls. Shout out to Karen. Karen just said she got her ticket. Shout out to Karen. Archie got their ticket. I love it. We are doing a passive income blueprint training that is about to happen next week. So get your ticket now. Get your ticket now. Now, during this blueprint training, you are going to get access to the framework you need to get started before the summit. So those of you who are asking, do you need your brokerage account before the summit? You don't have to have it before the summit, but if you are a platinum, to get it open. You're going to come into this platinum tickets, into the summit with all the resources you need to dominate. Go to mycashflowcreation.com to get your ticket. Now, again, if you want to start getting advanced help before the summit even takes place, you want to get a platinum ticket. Oh, shout out to Audrey, got a platinum ticket. Joan got a platinum ticket. We are going to have a bonus platinum training that is about to take place. So this is where I'm going to spend extra time. We're going to do those live Q&As during the summit. But the extra time that you need, shout out to Aisha who got her ticket. The extra time that you need is going to happen during this platinum training call that is happening this week. Now, I mentioned talking about the election. The second bonus that I'm giving the platinum ticket holders, the second one, to consider during the election. This guide has not even come out yet. Nobody has this. We are putting the finishing touches. Platinum ticket holders, we are hosting a training walking through that guide. So if you want to come, how many of you want to come to these extra sessions? Comment me in the chat if you want to go. Shout out to Miss Ethel, got a ticket. Who want to come to these extra sessions? We are going to have that passive income blueprint training. Literally right after. You are going to get access to another guide so that you now know the top stocks to consider. Top stocks to consider during the election. Plus a bonus training. There is going to be a platinum bonus call tomorrow. Platinum ticket holders, get your ticket right now. mycashflowcreation.com. Now, I want you guys to meet Danielle, because Danielle has actually a very unique story about how she used her dividends. Danielle said, from the time I sat in the Sunday free class, I got hype about my finances and wealth planning. Ashley made REITs sound so exciting and I love talking about my money, and I hadn't been that way for some years. My job wasn't getting me the life that I thought I had by now. I felt like I had been through college by the end of the Cash Flow Summit, and I was excited and energized by the time we spent with Ashley that I wanted more. And boy, oh boy, did it deliver. With this summit and all the education I learned, I've been empowered to do empowered about what to do financially, and now doing the things in my life that wealthy people are doing. Danielle, right? She came to the summit, and I didn't know this until I talked to her after. She used her dividends to pay off her student loans. How many of you want to start using your dividends to pay off your student loans? Shout out to Tashina for getting her platinum ticket. She didn't turn the reinvest feature on. She took all her dividends and started paying off her student loans. Once her student loans were paid off, then she turned on drip and started reinvesting her dividends. So I want all of you to think about, when you go through this summit and you start making this passive income, it is going to put you on track to have financial clarity. It is going to put you on track to pay down your debt, just like Danielle. It is going to put you on track so you're clear on what you need to do to retire, right? You are going to have the resources that you need to get access to the information that is needed to do what you want to do with it. Shout out to LaShawn for getting their platinum ticket. Now, those of you who got your ticket, everything is virtual. Make sure you check your email. There will be a bonus training happening tomorrow. literally before the summit happens, you're going to get that top stocks to consider before the election guide. We're going to have that training that is going to help you walk through the guide. We are not letting this election go by. I don't care who you vote for. You're not letting this election go without knowing how to make money in the stock market. Shout out to Bodie for getting their ticket. Shout out to Tana Burks for getting their ticket. Now, get the platinum ticket, guys. All right, are we ready to announce the winner? Can we, team? Are we ready? I want to give away $250, but here's the catch. I got a catch. You got to tell me what you want to buy with the $250. I want to fund somebody's portfolio before the summit even takes place. Platinum ticket holders, get your ticket right now. Who's coming to the bonus trainings? Latoya says, I got mine. Who's coming to the bonus trainings? Shout out to Miss Davis for getting her ticket. Seema says, I'm getting realty income. I love it. Wilmetta says, I got my ticket. Tay got their ticket. MyCashflowCreation.com. Stacey says, I might get some Target and Verizon. You can actually get both, actually. Jamie says, I want realty income. Yoli says, I want realty income. Stacey says, I'm coming to the bonus training. I'm seeing somebody say they want Exxon. Michael says, I'm coming. Sambo says, I got my ticket. Are we ready to announce? Go to mycashflowcreation.com right now. Let me tell you now, the moment we release these tickets, we had over 300 people. If this event sells out, we gotta shut it down. And here's what you need to know. And this happens every time we do the summit. People wait to the last minute to get the platinum ticket, and it's sold out. They try to upgrade, they try to get in, they want to come to the sessions, and they can't because it's sold out. Because it's sold out. Get in now and get your ticket. Brandon says, I want realty income and Procter & Gamble. I like how you think. Shout out to Denise for getting her ticket. MyCashflowCreation.com. You are going to have the 2 bonus trainings, platinum ticket holders. The election guide you're going to get. The election training you're going to get. So how many want to make money as a result of the presidential election? It's one thing to watch it. It's one thing to pay attention. It's another thing to vote. But what if you can make money regardless who's in office? What if you can make money regardless who's in office? And those of you who are married, bring your partners. Bring your partners. There were so many couples on the screen during the summit that attended. Bring your partners. Bring your children. Make this a family event. It is a virtual event. MyCashflowCreation.com. You get 5 straight days of the summit. You have access to the exclusive Facebook group. You have the live Q&As that take place where I'm able to answer your question. You're able to spend extra time with me. And just in case you miss a session, we will send you the replay for a limited time. A limited time, just a couple hours in the evening for you to learn. And again, how much is it worth? We're talking about only $497 right now, first off. I spent $80,000 to go to Howard University, and I didn't learn any of this. And here's what you're going to get too. I forgot to say this. I'm going to hold you accountable. You do not come to this summit and think you're just going to cruise on through. I'm going to push you out of your comfort zone. I am going to hold you accountable. You are going to build relationships with people. You are going to get your questions. And you heard Phyllis, it's not just me. I'm teaching the sessions, but there's an entire team working around the clock to make sure you get the support that you need. MyCashflowCreation.com. Shout out to Aisha Miller who got her ticket. If you get a platinum ticket in the next 60 seconds, I am going to pick one person to give away $250 to. My team is looking now. Get your platinum ticket now. Wilmetta says, yes, push me. Listen, when I say you're going to come out as a completely different person. You're going to come out recognizing that this isn't as hard as you thought it would be. You're going to be the person building passive income. I promise you, everybody's going to start to ask you questions. You're going to be the person in your family buying dividend investments for your children. You're going to be the person in your family not just working for their money, but taking the money that they worked for and telling these REITs to work for you. Everybody comment in the chat, the REITs work for me. The REITs work for me. How much did we spend to go to college, ladies and gentlemen? How much? How much did we spend to go to college? We're talking about information that is going to change your life. going to put you in a position to have clarity, structure, and a game plan for 2025. Yes, Monique, the REITs work for me, ladies and gentlemen. The REITs work for me. Put you in a position to build a 3, 4, 5-figure passive income portfolio, because we're only talking about straight dividends during the summit. Straight dividends. So if you want to retire but don't understand your retirement statements, if you want to retire and don't know how to start using the stock market to build consistent income, now's the time to learn. If you are second guessing this, tell me why. And be honest with me, please. If you are second guessing this, tell me why. Be honest with me, please. Yes, I'm loving it. The REITs work for me. Listen, this is a woman right here. We had her come to Atlanta. I did a full-fledged walkthrough of her portfolio, helped her figure out the top 5 investments she needed to make to hit her passive income goal. This entire session I did with her, I put it into a 5-day virtual event. 5-day virtual event. C says, I don't want to gamble. Well, good thing I don't gamble. I own the casinos by investing in Vici. You don't gamble when you're an investor. You're not shooting your shot. You're building a strategy. And I encourage all of you, like I said in the beginning, don't go buy everything we talk about. I want you to have confidence. Everybody say confidence in the chat. I want you to have confidence in. I want you to know how to read a stock chart. I want you to know how to calculate dividends. I want you to know how to use the resources that we give you. And you got to lock in. You got to lock in. And also, too, this is an investment in you, ladies and gentlemen. This is an investment in you. I just spoke in an event, got paid thousands of dollars of speaking in an event. I talked for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. We're talking about only $500. And if you're really good and you show up and you do the work, I'm going to show you how to make the $500 you paid for the platinum ticket back in dividends. I promise you, by the time the summit is over, you will know what you need to do to make your money back just for the ticket. And some. Because if you don't know how to make $500 in the market by dividends, and I'm not doing my job, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm damn good at what I do. This is an investment in you. This woman here, I sat and built, I told her what she needed to get rid of, what she needed to buy. We did the calculations for the income that she would make so that she can start her business, so that she could travel the world, right? Now, if you're ready to start building wealth, comment, I'm ready. Comment, I'm ready. Comment, I'm ready. Because you have to make a decision. Like Phyllis said, you don't start planning for 2025 and 2025. We're starting now. I am going to push you. I am going to make you uncomfortable. I am going to take your mind, your money to the next level and ensure that you are effectively passing it down so that you know what to do. And Phyllis is right. When I came back and did the summit, my dad had just passed away. I watched how he passed down wealth to me. And guess what I did? I took what he did to the next level. I took what he did and took millions of dollars to properly pass it down to ensure my family had millions for the rest of their life. What if you could learn how to make sure the money never runs out for your family? mycashflowcreation.com. Somebody says, I'm not scared. I don't have platinum money. You got to make an investment in you. Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure you guys have spent money on food. I'm sure you spent money on Amazon. You better find the money to be at this event, because I promise you, I'm not doing another one for a long time. And you are going to miss out. You're going to miss out on you being able to build income as REITs start to rise. This exact same time next year, I promise you, the market is going to look different. The prices are going to go up. Get yourself in the room, and you can upgrade and get a VIP or a platinum ticket later, but get in the room. Because if this sells out, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to tell you right now, we haven't even announced all the stuff that's happening during the summit. There's so much more happening. Just get in now and upgrade your ticket. Get in now and upgrade your ticket. So Aisha said, thank you. I'm so happy to be a part of this powerful group of investors. I'm reviewing and studying to stay on point and truly understand how to become powerful in this space. Thank you, Miss Ashley, for taking the time and sharing your knowledge with us. She came to the summit. mycashflowcreation.com. Shout out to Lanny for getting his ticket. Lily Perez. I love it. If you don't have the money now, get Get a ticket and upgrade later. Get in the room because you have a more chance of being able to upgrade than trying to get a platinum ticket later. Get in the room. Start connecting with the people. We got bonuses and things we're teaching in the Facebook group. Get your ticket and get in the room now. All right, here we go. 20 seconds and I'm announcing the winner. mycashflowcreation.com. 20 seconds and I'm announcing the winner right now. Everybody comment I'm in if you are in. Comment I'm in if you got your ticket. Comment I'm in if you got your ticket. Comment I'm in. Comment out. Shout out to the Appointed Beauty for getting their ticket. Comment I'm in if you got your ticket. Comment I'm in. Belinda says I'm in. Stacy says I'm in. Archie says I'm in. Paula says I'm in. Karen says I'm in. Audrey. Who else we got? Wilmetta. Shout out Wilmetta. You've been rocking me since the beginning, girl. Almond Joy. I don't know who Almond Joy is, but Almond Joy is in. I love it. T is in. All right, guys, are we ready to announce? I'm gonna get 10 more seconds. mycashflowcreation.com. 10 more seconds. Get your ticket right now. Get your ticket now. All right, team. Can we announce the winner? Can we announce the winner? You got to be here to be able to get. You got to be here to get. All right, are we ready? Oh, there's a wheel. There's a wheel. There's a wheel. Okay. These are all the people that got their platinum ticket. These are all the people that got their platinum ticket. Drum roll, drum roll. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it?